creating an environment favorable for peace. Traditionally, there are many things people take for granted. In other words, people generally operate on assumptions. Most of the time, in many places, actually everywhere in the world, people assume that everybody knows what's good and what's bad. We often assume that people everywhere, all over the world, know the meaning, value, and the necessity of peace and safety. Because of that, many people rarely talk about peace. Generally, people talk about safety, but very few, if ever, talk about peace at home, at work, and elsewhere. Of course, in political rallies or platforms, politicians generally talk about peace. Lawyers also talk about peace. Pastors, priests, and the clergy generally also talk about peace when they are preaching. But rarely do professionals talk about peace at work. Rarely do parents and homemakers talk about peace at home. Rarely do teachers, educators, like professors, talk about peace in their institutions. Well, we must make peace part of our everyday conversation. That way, we create peace awareness. If we make everybody aware of the importance and necessity of peace, it is likely that people will always ensure peace. Normally, what people focus on, that's what they achieve. So if we are focused on peace as part of anything we do on a daily basis, we'll achieve peace. So how do we create an environment favorable for peace? How do we create an atmosphere that's conducive to peace? First, we must talk openly at every opportunity and excuse about peace. We urge people everywhere to talk about peace as often as possible. We urge all parents, all children, all teenagers, all adults to talk about peace at home, at work, in school, and elsewhere. So we urge parents and their children to talk about peace as much as possible. We also encourage professionals, educators, workers, and everybody else at work or in school to talk about peace as much as possible. Even professors, when they are teaching, teachers, when they are teaching their children, they can also mention the importance of peace. That way, everybody in society will know that peace is always important and it's necessary in society. So at work, we urge everybody to strive to be conscious of peace and to talk about it at every little opportunity or excuse, every time and always. At home, parents can always introduce the talk about peace. Peace is always important at home. It is important also at work. It is important in every school, every learning institution, including colleges and universities and tertiary institutions, even in nursery schools. Peace is important for literally every place and for everybody. In every working place, in offices, traditional offices, or in the field where people work, say for example where people are constructing a road or constructing a building or doing something in the field, maybe a surveyor carrying out a survey, or people are working, maybe repairing a motor vehicle or something outside in the field. Peace is also important. That's a workplace, and peace is important there. So we should not assume that peace will just prevail because all people know about the importance of peace. Of course, it's good to assume so, but it's important to go a step further and make sure that peace does prevail always. So we should not get ashamed to talk about peace. We must courageously and confidently talk about peace, knowing that peace is important for everybody. At home, let us talk about peace. At work, let us talk about peace. In school, let us talk about peace. When traveling, let us talk about peace. When working in the field, let us talk about peace. When doing anything, maybe even enjoying a game of football or anything, let us talk about peace. In formal sessions and in very formal situations, let us talk about peace. In official functions, let us talk about peace. In non-official or informal functions, let us talk about peace. Why? Because we want peace everywhere, literally 24/7, everywhere. We want peace at home. We want peace at work. We want peace in every school. We want peace in our communities, in our society, locally or at the grassroots, regionally and nationally. We want peace domestically, that's within our borders, and outside our borders or internationally. So we want peace where we live, at home, and outside where we live. That's in our homesteads and in our neighborhoods. We also want peace outside our neighborhoods. We want peace in our communities, districts, counties, locations, sub-locations, villages, and outside those places. So we want peace everywhere, 24/7, indefinitely. When peace prevails everywhere, 24/7, well, it's good for everybody. Peace in every place, 24/7, is in our own best interests. Peace everywhere, always, is in the best interests of every individual. It is also in the best interest of humanity as a collection and society as an institution. It's also in the best interest of our communities, our countries, our nations, and the world. So let us create peace awareness by talking about peace at every little opportunity. By creating peace awareness, we create an environment in a way that favors peace. So let us all go an extra mile every time and always to talk positively about peace. Peace is always important for you. It is always important for me. it is always important for everybody else and for society, for every country, and for the world. So we have a lot to gain as distinct individuals and collectively as society when we have peace prevailing all the time. Every human being is important. You are important. I am important. Everybody else is important. That's why peace is always important. Why? Because it is the mother of all safety. So we urge you, whether you are a leader or an ordinary citizen, whether you are a professional, educator, citizen builder, operative, non-professional, child, boy, girl, lady, gentleman, politician, non-politician, wherever you are at any given moment in time, whether you're at home, whether you are in school, whether you're at work, whether you're addressing a meeting or listening to a talk, to strive in every way to create an excuse for peace. In other words, talk positively about peace. You can take even 1 minute, even a few seconds, to talk about the importance of peace. We want to make the world aware of the importance and absolute necessity of peace. That is your role. That's my role. That's everybody's role. Why? Because we share one world. We share one society at large. So it is always important that we have peace everywhere. We have peace domestically and internationally 24/7 indefinitely. Peace is always important. Remember this always. Make sure you have peace 24/7 indefinitely. Make sure everybody around you or with you has peace 24/7 indefinitely. Make sure you are safe 24/7 indefinitely. Make sure people with you or around you are also safe 24/7 indefinitely. When you are safe 24/7 indefinitely, you will be able to ensure the safety of others. So ensure the safety of the people with you and the safety of the people around you. Ensure the peace, your own peace rather, and ensure the peace of the people with you or around you. We all have an important role to play in society wherever we are to make sure we enjoy peace every day, to make sure we have safety everywhere, every day, and always. For peace is all that matters.